Hello Year 8. Today we're going to be looking at how a particular Dickens novel opens, and you're going to write one yourself. But before we get into that, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. That is the opening from a Dickens novel called A Tale of Two Cities. Now your do now is for the next 3 minutes. What is a good way to open a novel? How should they start? You can either, well, look, write how you think a really good novel would start. Just spend 3 minutes on that and then on to the next slide. Okay, our learning objective today is to explore the opening of a Dickensian novel, and the title is The Opening of A Tale of Two Cities, which is a novel by Dickens. Today, as ever, you're going to need a pen, pencil and a highlighter, your exercise book and the PDF extract which I will have attached to Classcharts. And here's some potential starts if you haven't written it, or you've just described how it would start. I'd love to see if any of you have written an opening. Send them along. That's not the task that I want you to send, but send them as well. If you've done anything you want me to have a look at, you could begin with an action, begin with dialogue, grabbing your attention from the beginning, an interesting, dramatic or exciting opening. All these things are pretty well essential really if you want people to ring on. Information about the setting, where and when the story is set, with a little description about it. Which is the one that we're going to be looking at today, or you could introduce some characters. Today's extract is set during the French Revolution, which some of you may or may not know about. I want you to write down what's on the slide here. The French Revolution was a period of time in France when the people overthrew the monarchy and took control of the government, because the monarchy back then in France actually ran things, not like here where they're more or less just figureheads now. The French Revolution lasted 10 excuse me, lasted 10 years from 1789 to 1799. It began because financial ruin meant that the taxes were raised for the poorest people. This, alongside a bad harvest, meant that working people had no money and no food, while the rich carried on as normal. This made people very angry and they started to revolt. Okay, novel openings. The opening of a novel normally sets the scene, most times in fact, introduces character and gives the reader a sense of perspective about the events that are going to unfold. The opening we are going to look at today is taken from A Tale of Two Cities. It is set during the French Revolution, a time of war when sometimes friends were fighting on opposite sides. Stop the presentation here in whatever form you're looking at it while you read the extract. That'll take you about, well, between 7 and 10 minutes. But I've put some words on this slide here that you may not know, so they'll help you read it. So stop the show here, as it were, and use this slide to decipher the words that you can't understand in the extract. This novel, the point of it is it explores how sometimes it is hard to make clear judgments about what is right and wrong. This is why Dickens opens A Tale of Two Cities using all these opposites. So he's really set a tone there, hasn't he? So stop the video again and highlight all of the opposites in the first paragraph. That'll take you 3 minutes. Or if it takes a bit longer, that's fine. And here we are. Best of times, the worst of times. Age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. The epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. The season of light, it was the season of darkness. The spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. Everything before us, we had nothing before us, good or evil. Did you get all those? So as we've touched on before, Dickens uses opposites to demonstrate how conflicted people experiencing the French Revolution may have been. It perhaps hints to us that the characters we may meet will be conflicted too. The opposites are extreme, which may suggest that it was a very difficult time. Now here's your task, the thing I want you to upload to Classcharts, and I'm very much looking forward to reading these. I want you to write the opening paragraph of a novel set in your hometown or your school. You should use opposites throughout and include information about the setting, where and when the story is set, with a little description about it, just like the extract you've read today. And you can spend 25 minutes on that, and I'm very much looking forward to reading them, Year 8. I must say, you've proven yourselves to be quite good, not quite good, very good creative writers over time. So do that task and get it off to me, and I will see you next time. Thank you.